Wandering through the town of your Mumgay, your party falls victim to a random encounter. I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure what you're suffering from is called blank. Assless chaps? On top of fear and dread, you feel like a slight tingle between the legs. Joke's on you, I wasn't wearing pants to begin with. Wow, you sure got me. Bard, you're given a chance to keep watch. Alright, I'd like to take a look around. More elephant cock than I bargained for. The card has spoken. Perfect! And during this little escapade, you hear something from deep in the forest. I want to go check it out. A salty surprise? I think we both knew it was going to come to this. Oh, something's coming, alright. Having made your way through the dungeon, you fall victim to one final trap. What is it? Being marginalized? This game was made by Wizards of the Coast. What do you expect? I don't know, is there some way to break the curse? Draw a card. Sex with animals? As you approach the tavern, you see a quest board advertising all manner of different jobs. Mamma mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist blank? Committing treason is the answer to that. The local mayor has actually been embezzling funds for years and playing D&D with Cards Against Humanity instead of dice. Our story begins as a lone wanderer emerges from the forest. Would you like to introduce your character? Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Hail and well met, fellow travelers. My name is Danny DeVito, and my life goal, my mission, is to finally find girls so that they can sit on my face and tell me I'm garbage. It's required by law that I do every suggestion. The world grows silent, millions dead at your feet, but the war rages on. I'd like to lead my army to victory. Can I do a battle cry? I announce to the world. I don't think I'm allowed to say this. Or, you could try. I announce to the world. 3 dicks at the same time! Your army rises to the occasion and the battle is won. I knew it was a good idea to hire bards. Your party finds a deck of many things hidden deep within the treasure trove. What do? Well, what does it say? I never thought this day would come, but it says geese. Geese? Geese. I'm so sorry, but the card has spoken. No, not like this! Not like this! I'd like to try to intimidate him. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with that. Well, think about it this way. What life did to her, I'm gonna do to you. What does that even mean? Wouldn't you like to know? So you finally convince the barmaid to go up with you to your room. Perfect, I want to get intimate. Goblins? She undoes the first 3 buttons of her trench coat, revealing she was actually 3 goblins stacked on top of each other. I don't know, I'm still into it. Get the hell out of my house. Once again, your party finds the deck of many things. What would you like to do? Would it be a surprise if I said I wanted to draw a card? How have you not died yet? This just says hot people? With that, an entire harem of hot people manifest in front of you. Wait, I want hot people too. A horde of Vikings. With that, an army of proud and bloodthirsty warriors appears before you. So, hot people? Yeah, pretty much. Sweet. At the behest of the king, your party is given a quest. I'm LeBron James, and when I'm not slamming dunks, I love blank? The answer is committing war crimes. Grab your swords. In the heart of darkness, your party gazes upon the face of death itself. What do we see? Pick a card. Okay, this just says Italians. That's a better punchline than anything I could come up with. Of course, you could always try. As you lay dying on the battlefield, you feel the embrace of your patron. With my last breath, I want to ask what their true name is. Barack Obama? Believe it or not, dragon attacks are covered by Obamacare. The King of Demise lays waste to the village of Orphan Town. What do? I ask him what all of this has been for. Me time? It's important to have hobbies. Of course, you could always try. Blessed by your god in the fires of rebirth, you are given new life and with it, a new name. Take a card. Man meat? Rise, man meat, and lay waste to the world! Man meat, ooh-ha-ha! With the giant defeated, your party takes steps towards your next big adventure. When up in the sky, an arcane flash, a call to action, bends your fate. What is the symbol, this arcane flash in the sky? Pick a card. Academy Award winner Meryl Streep? So alongside the release of Mamma Mia 3, they also released the Archlich from Beyond the 5th Dimension. The King of Demise lays waste to the village of Orphan Town. What do? I ask him what all of this has been for. Me time? It's important to have hobbies. Of course, you could always try. Blessed by your God in the fires of rebirth, you are given new life, and with it, a new name. Take a card. Man meat? Rise, man meat, and lay waste to the world! Man meat, ooh-ha-ha! Welcome to the game, everybody. Today we'll be introducing characters. Cool, I'll be playing Donglefuck. He's a time-traveling Chinese general from the Shang Dynasty. And what is Donglefuck's personal quest? Oh, that's easy. It's the Wi-Fi password. You do understand we're in a fantasy setting, right? Yeah, and I have to check my Twitter. The Lich descends from on high and says, "You insipid fools, there's no way you can stop me, not when in my right hand I hold the power of the bombing of Nagasaki. No, it can't be. And in my left, the power of drinking out of the toilet and eating garbage." Oh no. D&D against humanity. Your master plan is illegal in every state except for the one you live in, which is denial. Persuasion check. For the last time, murder is still illegal even if you are wearing a fancy hat. But what if I said, me bubbly jubblies? Please leave the orphanage. Alright everyone, since Bill Nye the Science Guy died last session, we're gonna be introducing a new character. Hi everyone, my name is Bitches. And ever since I was young, I've always been seething with quiet resentment. Of course, this is because in my backstory, I have a micropenis. The evil demon monster dragon lays waste to the city around you. What do? I want to try to parse out a weak point. Something I can exploit. The prostate? The card has spoken. Hey, Bard! In the late hours of the night, your party is given visions of an oncoming threat. Extremely tight pants. What was once thought to be a crack of thunder in the heavens above was actually spandex on flesh. Your party encounters preteens deep in the woods. Careful, everyone. This might be our toughest fight yet. Oh, come on. How tough could it? Later that same day, they killed all of us. You guys do have a plan, right? Of course we do. It's obviously unfathomable stupidity. And then when we lull them into a false sense of security, we release the flying sex snakes. What? Thank you. My desire to perform does in fact stem from my fear of abandonment. I want to join in. Make a performance check. Raptor attacks. Alright everybody, for my next one. Oh, God! You encounter a shady individual lurking behind a dumpster. I want to see what he has to offer. Poverty. Is this just a homeless man? No, for you see, it's actually Academy Award winner Meryl Streep. God, she is such a treasure. I want to cast Vicious Mockery. Alright, what do you say? Bananas. The monster is confused, leaving it wide open for another attack. Perfect, I then say, balls! We really need to go buy some dice. Now you see, adventurers, you never stood a chance, especially when I cast Power Word! I don't think I'm allowed to actually say this. Explosions! Big deal, I can do that too. It's called Fireball. Welcome to Magic Costco, where we have magnets, the magic of live theater, and Ronald Reagan. I guess I'll take the magnets? Will that be cash or card? Foreskin. You encounter a hooded individual waiting for you in the tavern. I want to see who it is. The milkman? Dad? Son? What? Donkey! This was a dumb video. So I've been working on a new spell. Really? What does it do? It braids 3 penises into a Twizzler. What the fuck is wrong with you? I tried playing D&D with Cards Against Humanity. This is how it went. Dell! Get on the motorcycle!
Yep. Dell is gonna jump onto the motorcycle and reach into his pouch and pull out. Oh no. Pull out anal beads.
Good thinking, Dell!
And rub them in his hands and summon Neil Patrick Harris.
Full video can be found on my YouTube. You arrive in the mercantile district. What would you like to do? I want to see what's available at the market. Sponsored content? It's funny you mentioned that because this game of D&D is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Let's go! You ever just think, yeah, this is what I'm doing with my life? Want to spice up your D&D game? Instead of dice, perhaps consider using cards from Cards Against Humanity. Do I guarantee this will work? No, not at all. Am I gonna suggest you do it anyway? Yes. And if by some chance you aren't convinced, allow me to paint you a picture. Alright, you guys approach the evil wizard's castle, laden with traps. Okay, I'd like to check for traps. Pick a card. This just says bees. The card has spoken. Wait, what? Sure, why not? Alright, the party is approached by a young woman. She says that her brother has gone missing. What do you do? I'd like to make a check to see if maybe I've heard something about this. Alright, pick a card. This just says an older woman who knows her way around the penis. Well, there you go. Or even. Quick, the tavern's on fire. What do you want to do? I run for the kitchen. I want to see if maybe there's a bucket of water. Okay, pick a card. This says Academy Award winner Meryl Streep. Then that's what you find. Or my personal favorite, the oncoming threat arrives under the cover of darkness. What do you do? I'd like to try to discern who he is. Pick a card. This says RoboCop. This is honestly where my life is now. Your party encounters an ancient red dragon. How do you proceed? I'd like to try to parlay with the beast, see if we can reach some kind of agreement. Pick a card. This says 3 dicks at the same time. Well, good luck. I hope you have a resistance to piercing damage. Or perhaps. My dear Warlock, your patron appears before you in a flash of fire and brimstone. I'd like to discern what form he's appeared before me as. Pick a card. This is NBA superstar LeBron James. Well, there you go. Perhaps a spicier option. Your character has dreams of an oncoming threat. Your mental health deteriorates and you go mad. What do you do? I'd like to see what a priest has to say about this. Pick a card. This just says therapy. The card has spoken. You certainly can. Alright, after years of searching, you finally come face to face with the parent who left you all those years ago. I want to look them in the eye and ask them who they are. Pick a card. This just says Oprah. In that moment, you discover your last name is and always has been Winfrey. Or perhaps, humble adventurer, the god of all gods appears before you and asks to grant you each one boon. I ask them to gift me what they think I need the most. Pick a card. This says the Holy Bible. Are you gonna fucking argue with the card? No. The comments have spoken. After a well-fought battle with the temple's guardian, you find its treasure, a single chest sitting in the middle of the room. I'd like to loot it. Pick a card. Okay, so this says German dungeon porn. The card has spoken. Yeah, I don't think I want that. And for the braver souls, you cast Locate Familiar, and in a single arcane flash, a creature appears before you. What is it? Pick a card. I shit you not, this says illegal immigrants. And if you're feeling a bit saucy, your rogue finds themselves outside of the king's bedroom door. I eavesdrop. What can I hear? Pick a card. This says the Rhythms of Africa. Well, you don't know what he does in his free time. Yes. I'd like to see what quests are available at the tavern. Perfect. You encounter a grizzled old man who hands you a piece of parchment and says, Arby's, we have the meat? No, his son. They have his son. I feel like I should make this a series at this point. Your party encounters a small cursed artifact. What do you do? I'd like to try to discern its origins, see who made it. Pick a card. This just says the Milkman. Well, akin to most members of your party, you find that its origins both begin and end with the Milkman. And if you're looking for a little more oomph, your party is faced with the dreaded Admiral Murderkill. What would you like to do? I want to check for weaknesses, anything that might help us in this battle. Pick a card. Okay, this is telling a shitty story that goes nowhere. What can I say? He's just not a fan of storytime YouTubers. And if by some metric those weren't your speed, you don the magic armor. What do you do? Okay, what do I need to do to attune to it? Pick a card. This says seeing my father cry. Well, there you go. But I'm a rogue. My father's dead. You keep asking for him, I'll keep making him. Your party is faced with the great mystic Aurelius Moonweaver. What do you do? I want to ask him where he gathers his great mystical powers from. Pick a card. Okay, so this is African children? Yeah, it's part of the new D&D expansion. It's weird that Wizards of the Coast decided to double down on the racism. Or for a take that's less politically charged. As the ritual commences, a hole is torn in the sky. What do? I look to the sacred text. What do I need to do to stop this ritual? Pick a card. This says vigorous jazz hands. Magic works in mysterious ways, I guess. You, my friend, are a goddamn genius. Sorcerer, you summon an arcane blizzard that decimates your foes. But in all the excitement, you trigger a wild magic surge. Draw a card. This says a three-way with my wife and Shaquille O'Neal. Roll performance. I don't even have a wife. More, you say? Yo, what the fuck? Where'd it go? On the edge of death, your god appears before you in a flash of light. I ask him what this has all been for. What is my quest? Pick a card. This says fucking the weatherman on live television. Truly, God works in mysterious ways. But perhaps you're looking for something with a little more je ne sais quoi. Alright, so your party casts scrying. What are you trying to do? I look to the heart of darkness. I want to see who's truly responsible. Pick a card. This says the Boy Scouts of America. Don't act so surprised, you knew this was coming. Part 2, you say? Alright, Sorcerer. After having cleared the room with a fireball spell, you trigger an arcane surge. Draw a card. Okay, so this is just Cardi B. The card has spoken. Just for you, bud. Having sieged the Castle of Bone, your party finds themselves face to face with the big bad of this session. I ask him what all this bloodshed has been for. Pick a card. Penis envy? Truly his was a tragic tale. Or perhaps, having a rest from the many quests and villains you've defeated over the years, you find yourself in a tavern, enjoying a nice meal prepared by the local barkeep. I want to ask them what they call this fine meal. Pick a card. Lunchables? Man, something's telling me I should make more of these. Your party approaches the Dark Wizard's castle. Surrounding it on all sides appears to be a large wall that almost rises above the clouds. What do you do? I'd like to see if there's something we can do to get in. Pick a card. Catapults? Catapults. And for the inquiring gentleman, having slain the legendary King of Demise, he pulls you in close and says, bitches. It's 3 in the morning at the time I'm filming this, but let's go. Man, I remember when I used to have a regular sleep schedule. Your party finds themselves at the local Thieves Guild. Shameless plug for the nightcap. On the board are several different jobs. Okay, I'd like to pull one at random. Alright. Blank is a slippery slope that leads to blank. In order to start this quest, I need you to pull a card. Alright, well, this is braiding 3 penises into a Twizzler. I mean, if that's where it starts, I can only imagine where it ends. Alright, having defeated the penis-braiding ogre, you find yourselves victim to a terrible curse. Pull a card. Alright, well, this is a bleached asshole. It truly was a slippery slope. Potion making, you say? Standing before a boiling cauldron, you begin to create a potion. What ingredients do I need? Pick 2 cards. Alright, so this is Unfathomable Stupidity and Seppuku. I mean, admittedly, it's a little weird for a potion of hill giant strength, but those are the ingredients. Man, remember back in the day when I used to make art content? On his deathbed, the famed bard Kanye West brings you in close and whispers a single thing into your ear. What does he say? Pick a card. I mean, this just says queefing. Okay, so it's less words and more pure sound, but the sentiment is there. But hey, when the stars align, maybe you'll get this. Alright, having run your sword through the Thief Guild Master's chest, you find that he crumples into a heap on the ground. What do? I'd like to investigate the body. What can I find out about him? Pick a card. This just says multiple stab wounds. Well, there you go. But I already know this. I'm the one who stabbed him! You dare challenge my power? You find yourself in the dungeon of the Mad Mage Uberkill. Taking one small step, you feel a click underneath your heel. Alright, I'd like to escape from the trap. Is there some way for me to do that? Pick a card. Alright, well, this says being a woman. The card has spoken. And for a little pep in your step, after escaping with the loot from the local Thieves Guild, you find yourself face to face with your client. Alright, who is it? Pick a card. Bill Nye the Science Guy? Things just haven't been the same since his show got canceled. I can't tell if this is a challenge or a threat. In a moment of intense vulnerability, the Master of the Thieves Guild goes to confide in you. I want to ask him why he does what he does. Pick a card. Dead parents? I mean, what were you really expecting there? Or maybe, your patron bestows upon you the gift of knowledge. You may ask any question, any at all. What do? I ask what the true meaning of life is. How does one remain happy in the face of such overwhelming odds? Pick a card. Masturbating? Some say self-love is the truest of all. I mean, you did say please. Your party arrives at the Wizard's College. What do? I go to the headmaster and ask what first inspired him to practice magic. Pick a card. The magic of live theater? He just really, really likes Heathers, okay? Though if you're looking to overachieve, on your adventures, a paladin decides to tag along. I ask him what brought him to this point. Pick a card. Poor life choices? I mean, why else would he be going to fight a dragon? Sure, why not? Welcome, adventurers. To start your quest, pull 3 cards to form your character. Alright, my name is Gandhi, and my true goal in life is to eat a hard-boiled egg out of my husband's asshole. This quest set forth by my patron, the mighty Russians. Welcome to the party. You'll be a valued asset amongst Sigmund Wonderbread and Kanye West. Just saying, you should check out this account. They make really nice dice. And I'm definitely not saying that just to try to increase my chances of winning their giveaway. Your party finds a small, ornate box within a single deck of cards. What do? I would like to immediately pull one. I guess pull a card? This just says Harry Potter erotica. The card has spoken. Wait, am I reading it or living it? The card has spoken. You, my dear friend, have piqued my interest. Welcome, everyone, to our first session. Rather than starting in a tavern, I'd like to try something a little different. From out of the darkness, you hear, "Check me out, yo. I call this dance move blank." Pick a card. This just says girls? The card has spoken. Your legs tremble with fear as you lay witness to girls. You may. Having finally ingratiated yourselves to the Thieves Guild known as the Nightcap, you have access to their underground network of legendary hobos. I mean, do they have anything else, or pick a card? $1 trillion? Well, they are a Thieves Guild. But, like, if they have that, why are they Oh, I'm sorry, is my quest written via card game filled with a little too many plot holes? No, I just mean, how about we ask your party members, Gandhi and Bill Nye the Science Guy? Oh, what a lovely chaos that would be. I strike the creature with my longsword. Alright, despite the fact that we're not rolling dice in this session, somehow you still rolled a natural 1. Pick a card. Okay, this just says the guys from Queer Eye. In your haste, somehow you stab all 5 of them. I genuinely don't know what to do with this information. I certainly can. So I finally dealt with Arby's, right? I'd like to check the job board for different postings. Certainly. You approach the board and written on a piece of paper is, "I'm going on a cleanse this week. Nothing but kale juice and blank." Is the answer carrots? No, it's the blood of orphans. Pack up your bags, you're hunting down the vegan teacher. Hey look, I can wear the comment like a censor bar. Holding aloft a relic of a bygone age, this sword of radiant power oozes magical energy. What do? I looked to the sky and asked for its name. Pick a card. Estrogen? Come on, we've done like 15 episodes. That is not the weirdest thing you've heard today. Well, then I guess I have no choice. After a well-fought battle, your close ally, Magnus Diddlebottom, dies in your arms. What do? I'd like to see his life goal to its end. Pick a card. Covering myself with Parmesan cheese and chili flakes because I am pizza. I wish you luck on your righteous quest. But I'm lactose intolerant. I wish you luck on your righteous quest. So demanding. Finally in possession of Vecna's hand, you lay waste to the world with a single terrible spell. Being marginalized. Yeah, I don't really feel that different. Yeah, not much really changes for you. But hey, if you buy something off my wish list, you might get... A grand wizard stands before you. What do? I want to know the source of his magical power. Pull a card. Being a dick to children. Let Dumbledore live his life. I love this. Investigating the scene of the crime, you find, written in invisible ink, a single message. It says the following. Putting things where they go, teaching a robot to love, worshipping that pussy. Do with it what you will. Is that a haiku? What? No, I got this. I respond. Lumberjack fantasies, firing a rifle into the air while balls deep in a squealing hog. Saying that aloud, a secret entrance appears before you. Why do I play with you people? Well, you did ask nicely. Finally drinking the mysterious potion, you're granted all the power of 1,000,000 dead babies. So, like, what does that equate to in terms of numbers? Nothing. Okay, and who am I fighting? Pull a card. Men discussing their feelings in an emotionally healthy way. Once they stop crying, you're rolling initiative. I mean, I'm listening, but I don't know if I'm convinced. Looting the fallen cart, you find a fetus. Yeah, I don't want that. Well, I mean, you could always look again. Yeah, I do that. Alright, instead you find a sad hand job. Better? You know, I really don't know. Oh dear God. Alright, I use my bonus action to rage. I want to just stampede past them. Alright, pick a card. Men, make of that as you will. Hey, having defeated the legendary Goblin King, he looks to you and asks, "What do I call you, fearsome warrior?" Dick Fingers. Well met, Dick Fingers. I will carry on your name through stories and generations. You know, you really don't have to. I mean, you find yourself in the Dark Wizard's castle. What do you do? I'd like to make a stealth check. Okay, despite the fact that we're not rolling dice in this game, you somehow get a natural 20. Pick a card. This just says having sex for the first time. Somehow, you manage to stealth so well that you can actually physically hide in the memory of you first having sex. Huh. Neat. Well, while you figure out the technicalities of that, I'll be burning all my D&D books. I'll see you guys later. Challenge accepted. Fear me, for I am the great and mighty German Chancellor Angela Merkel. And my goal is to finally drown the kids in the bathtub. Of course, this is only because the Amish. Oh, absolutely. This is like my favorite thing. Welcome back, everyone. Seeing as your characters died last session due to that freak lobster attack, we'll be rolling up new characters. So if you could start us off. Sure. My name is Lactation, and I'm a pangender octopus who roams the cosmos in search of love. Of course, this is my ultimate goal, to eventually seek out and find a much younger woman. Do people just not play elves anymore? Oh, absolutely. Looting the dragon's hoard, you find a +1 broadsword, a couple potions, and what appears to be a single amulet. Well, what does the amulet do? Pull a card. This just says side boob. The card has spoken. Or perhaps something a little more traditional. Finally sieging the dungeon, a single chest sits before you. What do? I looted. Is there any magic items? Of course. You find a single arcane shield that, when activated, allows you all the powers of vehicular manslaughter. Oh, I'm definitely keeping this. Okay, so I saved this comment for a video, but I don't remember if it was for the Nightcap or Cards Against Humanity. So we're gonna go with Cards Against Humanity. With a broken sword in hand, you approach the local blacksmith. What do? I'd like to ask what he has in stock. Pick a card. The true meaning of Christmas. So you know how people tell you to kill them with kindness? Do that. I mean, I've come this far. The Forge Master gives you a sword of radiant light, enchanted with the properties of vomiting seafood and bleeding anally. Wait, am I doing that or my enemy? Yes. But if you join my Discord server, having defeated the wimpy stable boy, you move up a bracket in the tournament and find yourself face to face with God. Can I just fight the stable boy again, or roll initiative? Okay, so we are calling this a series then. Finally turning in the bounty for the barbarian King Dave, you're rewarded with a ball of earwax, semen, and toenail clippings. I fucking hate this town. Of course, there's also the option of cuddling. Big spoon or little spoon? Big spoon. I'll just take the toenail clippings. Only if you watch this one 6 times. Picking up the shard of Düsseldorf, you find yourself victim to a potent curse. Completely unwarranted confidence. I don't really feel that different. Well, you are a rogue. But I mean, hey, if you're feeling saucy. On his deathbed, the king of the city issues a single proclamation. My balls on your face. Is this a promise or a threat? Yes. Happy Valentine's Day, nerds. Your party finds themselves under the spell of a succubus. What do? Well, what do they want from us? Pick a card. This just says The Bachelorette season finale. They turn to you and say, Jeremy should have gotten together with Stephanie. Do we really have to be here for this? But hey, 'tis the season. Falling victim to the effects of a love spell, you immediately find yourself in desperate love with elderly Japanese men. Is there some way for me to get out of this unscathed? Well, you could always try wielding my collection of Japanese sex toys. Is there, like, another way? Well, there's also fellowship in Christ. So, Japanese sex toys, right? What's this? 2 Valentine's Day episodes? On his deathbed, the famed bard Kanye West pulls you in close and says, I found it. I've found the legendary and mythic female orgasm. I thought it was lost to time years ago. Of course, I've only ever found menstrual rage. Do dungeons just not have loot anymore? Or... But all great things come in twos. Unless you're poly. Or single. Alright, you attempt to seduce the dragon. What do? I offer him the sweet, sweet promise of soft, kissy missionary sex. The dragon responds, Unfortunately, I'm only interested in waiting till marriage. Well, I retort, balls. I mean, after a well-fought battle, the dust settles and in the center of the battlefield appears a single person laying on their side. I rush to them. It turns out to be your ally, Kanye West. I tell him that it's gonna be alright. Help is on the way. He waves them off. He knows what's coming next, that his fate is sealed, but he pulls you in close and whispers gently into your ear. All the dudes I fucked. Is he bragging, or... I mean, only if you're sure you really want more of these. Amidst a battlefield of ash and bone, you find yourself met with the dreaded Admiral Killmurder. He wears a single arcane device that allows him to channel the very essence of magic itself. Well, what is it? Draw a card. Okay, so this just says a really cool hat. Fear him, for he wields the helicopter hat of Hades. But I mean, hey, different strokes for different folks. Little Susie has you scouring the city for her missing cat. After searching for about an hour or so, you find them tucked behind some bushes. Okay, what are they doing? Pick a card. Okay, this is giving birth to the Antichrist. The skies darken. Roll initiative. Oh dear God. On the edge of death, your ally reaches out to you with gnarled hands and begs you for a single bit of inspiration to survive this fight. I turn to him and say, Flightless birds. Admittedly, your ally doesn't know what to do with that, but it was inspiring to a degree. Video introduction. Having defeated the Skeleton King, you find yourself victim to a terrible curse. My sex life. It seems a cruel and terrible fate has befallen us this day. Yeah. Wait, what the fuck did you just say? I certainly can. By some metric, this is the 3rd time in a row you've rolled a natural 1, despite the fact that we're not using dice, so pull a card. This just says a little boy who won't shut the fuck up about dinosaurs. Maybe now you'll think about the consequences of your actions. I would like to immediately draw my broadsword. Homework I should be doing? I hardly know ye. You stand at the precipice of demise, a single gilded chest sitting in front of you. What do? I open it to find what legendary weapon awaits me. Pull a card. Okay, this just says a bop it. And with it comes all the wisdom of a 3rd grader. But hey, I'm not really doing much, so... You're gifted an ancient potion of murky, brackish liquid. What do? I'd like to identify it in some way. Can I ask the alchemist what it's called? Pull a card. Gogurt. Your pickup soccer games will never be the same. Humorous non sequitur. Having finally burned down the city, you pursue your true threat. Some punk kid who stole my turkey sandwich. I will have my revenge, but how do I find him? Pull a card. Women's suffrage. The card has spoken. Do with it what you will. Well, I think it'd look a little something like this. Drifting off to sleep for the night, you find yourself met with a vision. What do I see? Pull some cards. This says huge biceps, solving problems with violence, and the KKK. The cards have spoken. I have been dreaming of this day for so long. I know. Well, obviously there's only one answer. Bill Nye, how could you? How could you do this to us? I thought we were friends. It was simple, really. All this horror, this death. My, you naive fool, it's all been for dick pics. I've known all this time, but I didn't want to believe it. Well, in that case, Approaching the barkeep, he hands you a rolled-up scroll that says, "After 8 years in the White House, how is Obama finally letting loose? I don't know, painting? Baseball? Necromancy. The answer was necromancy. This is a weird town. If the tickling sensation persists for over 4 hours, I would suggest consulting a physician. You find yourself in the crypt of shattered dreams. What do you do first? I'd like to make a perception check. Alright, pull a card. This just says old people smell. Well, I mean, it is a crypt. Or perhaps you prefer this. Investigating around, you end up triggering a trap. Pull a card. This says powerful thighs. The card has spoken. I always knew it would end this way. So you have wished it, so it shall be. Welcome back to the session, everyone. We're actually going to be introducing a new person today, so if you'd like to start us off. Yeah, that'd be great. My name is the Pope, and my goal is to finally achieve my father's lifelong dream of jerking off into a pool of children's tears. Of course, this was set about by his incredibly tragic backstory of daddy issues. Welcome aboard, though admittedly your character is very similar to about 90% of rogues that I've seen. You know, if the education system didn't fail me, I'd probably have a proper response to that. As the surrounding town lay decimated, a man in gilded armor appears before you and says, "Look upon my works and tremble, for I am giving 110%. Well, good for him. Or perhaps the just as entertaining but alternative option of, "Look upon my works and tremble, for I am pulling out." Good for him. After hours of hard work and determination, your artificer crafts a single small arcane device. Well, what is it? Pull a card. Preteens? Preteens. But hey, sometimes the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Artificer, you unleash all of your arcane potential, crafting a weapon of ultimate destruction. Well, what is it? Pull a card. Smallpox blankets? I genuinely don't have a comment for that. Yeah, but is it what you need? Little Susie comes up to you and asks for help with her bullying problem. What do? I tell her that the only real solution to bullies is murder. Give me that! I tell her that the only real solution is obviously poorly timed Holocaust jokes. You know what? The murder thing sounds good. I mean, we could have just tried calling his parents, but, I mean, you probably killed them. How much you got? So yet again, despite the fact we're not using dice in this game, you rolled a natural 1 on your attack. Pick a card. Kissing grandma on the forehead and turning off her life support? By some metric, you fail so horribly, you travel 3 continents, find your missing grandma, and then pull her life support. Grandma, no! Oh, come on, you didn't even know you had a grandma until this point. That doesn't make it not sad. I mean, I could make you wait longer. Approaching a tired-looking adventurer, he turns to you and says, "Life for American Indians was forever changed when the white man introduced them to blank. Disease, colonization, a general lack of hygiene." No, actually, it was chainsaws for hands. Wait, what? Roll initiative. Fuck. So having slain the previous party, you find their bag of holding. Inside are the Trail of Tears, a Sea of Troubles, and soup that is too hot. Whoa, what kind of soup is it? Sad soup, dear adventurer. Sad soup. Hey, that's actually how I got my first 10K. You ride against the tides of bone in a gilded chariot, wielding in one hand a sword of horse meat and a suit of armor made of Viagra. You know, this is not how I thought my day would be going. But what exactly were you expecting, Bill? Especially when your patron is Danny DeVito. I need to find a new group.
So I would, but I don't own Cards Against Humanity anymore, so I can't.
It's back! Having proven yourself a mighty warrior in the eyes of the people, they gift you a title. What is it? Pick a card. Swamp Ass? Truly, there has not been a mightier warrior than you, Swamp Ass. But you know, if you're feeling frisky. Your party is besieged by a terrible dragon. What do? I'd like to try to figure out some way to defeat it. Pick a card. Giggling like an anime girl? We're waiting. Honestly, I think I'd rather just have the dragon kill us. I love this. Your party receives a fine ornate box within a deck of cards. Oh wait, I've heard of this. It's the deck of many things. I'd like to draw a card. Well then, draw a card. This just says the gaze. With this card in hand, you find yourself imbued with the entire power of the LGBTQ community. Finally! Or, you could always try. This just says a bitch slap. Someone else take the card. Someone else take the card right now. I miss doing this. Delving into the deepest parts of the dungeon, your party finds themselves inflicted with a terrible curse. Draw a card. This just says heteronormativity. From now on, none of you are allowed to play tieflings. Ooh! Of course, you could also try. Having defeated the mighty skeleton, you claim its treasure. Draw a card. This says men. Have fun, I guess. Wait, is this like men or men? Draw another card. This is calling the cops on an innocent black man. It's men. It's men, isn't it? Yeah. Then beg. Having finally defeated the Dread King Carlos, what would your party like to do? Can I loot his corpse? Sure, pick a card. $1 trillion? Uh-huh. Can I just retire and go home? No, because you still have to face... Fox News! Yeah, alright, get my swords. Of course, if you're feeling frisky. The dragon descends from on high looking for its missing treasure. Can I try to discern what that is? Pick a card. Genuine human connection? It's been very lonely the last couple of months, alright? I think he's projecting. You put yourself out there and it's just this whole thing. Yeah, alright. The elder god Santa Claus descends from on high to gift you a magic boon. Oh, sweet, what is it? Draw a card. Fake tits? Use them wisely, for big honkin' haronkaroos are not a power to be taken lightly. Could I get a different gift? Sure, take another card. Okay, this just says dying. The card has spoken. Wait a minute, hold on. But you could always try. After an endless journey, you find the people responsible for the death of your parents. Who are they? Draw a card. The Amish? You heard of the Hand of Vecna. Now prepare yourself for the Beard of Vecna! Only if you really want it. Entering into the dungeon, your party encounters a terrible curse. Pick a card. My ugly face and bad personality. Okay, admittedly, you don't feel that different, but... Hey, wait a fucking minute! Or, I hear in certain cultures you could always try. With this glittering sword in hand, you find that it has magical properties. What does it do? Pick a card. This just says a brain tumor. So after you strike your opponent, he goes to make some calls. Well, I gotta try it. Welcome to the game, everyone. We'll be making characters today. Awesome. Well, my character's name is Gargamel, and he's a really cool hat who's trained for many years to hone his skills at drowning the kids in the bathtub, which makes sense because his alignment is being a dick to children. But, of course, this ties into his backstory where he introduced extreme baseball. It's like baseball, but with farting and walking away. What the fuck? Oh dear God. Wandering through the forest, your party encounters an incomplete romantic candlelit dinner. Well, that's nice. What do we do? Pick a card. Cocaine for lunch? So recently the Fae were introduced to hard drugs and... Yes, they can. It seems you finally arrived to my castle, but I warn you, my power eclipses even menstrual rage! It can't be. Why are you doing all this? Well, I'll be honest with you, it's because of my gambling problem! Have you perhaps considered seeking help of some kind? Why do that when I can give rise to an army of the entire Mormon Tabernacle Choir? This is a weird quest. Look, it's not my fault, it's the fucking cards, okay? Oh, I'll give you more. Congratulations, everyone, you finally leveled up, so you get access to your subclass options. Awesome, so do I just go into the book, or? Pull 3 cards. God damn it. So as a rogue, my options are completely unwarranted confidence, worshipping that pussy, and Judge Judy. It's better than what I got. As a barbarian, my options were women's suffrage, some guy, and meth. I'm just gonna take the pussy one. You keep asking for them, I'll keep making them. Traveling through the forest, your party encounters the clitoris. It can't be. I thought it was lost to time ages ago. All around you see the dead bodies of adventurers claiming to have found it, but just kind of like a little bit to the left. Or of course you could always try. In this brief moment between lovers, you're given time to express your feelings as you wish. I'd like to read a random passage of poetry from this book I found. Pick a card. I say to her, my love, what that mouth do? I mean, she seems receptive to it. The Coke Fairy adventures continue. So as you do your cocaine in the forest alongside these fairies, they approach you and say that their king has gone mad. Well, is there anything we can do to help? Pick a card. A sad hand job? Look, do what you gotta do, I'm not judging. Is it weird that this is exactly how my horoscope said my day would go? Yes! Well, you did say please. Alright everybody, after a hard day of adventuring, you're given a moment to rest. What do? So I leveled up as a ranger last session, so can I try to go find my animal companion? Absolutely, pull a card. A little boy who won't shut the fuck up about dinosaurs? So my mom said we can't use the basement unless we let my little brother play, so... Of course, alternatively, you could try... You find a set of ornate armor hidden within the chest. I'd like to discern what it's made out of. Pick a card. Foreskin? The card has spoken. I don't want this. I am nothing if not a servant of the people. Delving deep into the labyrinth, your party encounters a puzzle. What is it? Pick a card. Racially biased SAT questions? So you'll have 50 minutes for the English section, make sure to use a number 2 pencil. This is the worst dungeon I've ever been to. Just wait until the essay segment. Is there some other way through the labyrinth? Well, there is another door. Okay, I go through it. Pick a card. Therapy? Behind this door, you have to confront your abandonment issues! So it was 50 minutes for the English section then? Yeah, why not? A mighty red dragon descends from on high. What do? I want to try to befriend it? Yeah, good luck. Pick a card. This just says doing it in the butt. So it's a more unorthodox type of friendship, but it is friendship. Is there like something else I can do? Pick a card. Listening to her problems without trying to solve them? Even if this wasn't a dragon attack, you should heed that advice. I think we've all learned a valuable lesson today. Yeah, always pack lube. My dear warlock, your patron appears before you in a flash of fire and smoke. I kneel and gaze upon my master. He appears before you in the form of... Nicolas Cage! My lord, what is your bidding? Draw a card. Masturbating? Your patron has spoken! So did you want me to do this now, or can I wait until I get home? Having finally defeated the dragon, your party goes through its horde. Cool, what do we find? Pick a card. A man on the brink of orgasm? He thanks the party for rescuing him and asks if he can shake your hand. Oh, gross, no. Would anybody else like to try? Sure, I'll give it a go. 8 ounces of Mexican black tar heroin. And now it's a party. Absolutely. Looting the fallen cart, you find a small ornate box with a deck of cards. This is like the 5th one of these we've found. Can I just pull a card? Sure. Landmines? Landmines. Wait, hold on. Or, of course, if you want to be a little less explosive. The Big Bang? In that moment, 1,000 horny bards are teleported to your location. I don't think that's what the Big Bang is. Tough luck, motherfucker. I never pass science. Investigating the Dark Wizard's temple, you come across a treasure trove unlike any you've ever seen. I go through it. I want to see if there's anything useful. Pick a card. My collection of Japanese sex toys? These dark relics were lost to time, but collected in one place by the Dark Wizard. Hentai. What was he planning to do with these? Pick a card. Fucking the weatherman on live TV? Yes, because this is the only way to give rise to his ancient god. Black Jesus. As you wandered through a broken and battered town, a single child runs up to you and asks for some sort of comfort in this trying time. I, as a cleric, offer him peace by reading from my holy text. Pick a card. You see, my child, in tough times we must turn to the comforts of religion. Right here in verse 3, my holy scripture says, my vagina. And that's supposed to be comforting? I mean, to some people it might be. Get out of our town. Alright, everyone, while looting the Great Depression, you find soup that is too hot. Moving past the fact that we're looting the Great Depression, can I see if there's anything else? Sure, draw a card. A salad for men that's made of metal? Look, when all you're focusing on is loot, sometimes the only option is to eat that magic sword you found. But the soup was right there. Well, never mind. Thank you, adventurers, for saving us from our Nazi problem. No need to thank us, it really didn't take that much. A lot of them are giant pussies. Regardless, here's a reward of... like whatever. What does that even mean? It's like whatever. I'm just gonna go through your stuff. That cool? Whatever. My fuck slave Reginald. Make sure to feed him twice a day and take him out on walks. I could have been a lawyer. Investigating a disheveled room in the inn, you find that there's very little evidence save for a single message on the wall. What does it say? Liberals, tearing that ass up like wrapping paper on Christmas morning, and itchy pussy. The fuck does that mean? No, it's thieves' cant. I think I can understand it. I respond. Being fat and stupid, pooping back and forth forever, Bill Nye the Science Guy. For whatever reason, that works, and a secret doorway is opened up in the floor. Sure, bud. The king of the gods descends from on high to gift you a magic boon. What is it? Pick a card. Owning and operating a Chili's franchise? Middle management and a hard day's work is his own reward. I'd like to pull my broadsword. Of course you could always try. Destroying the iron golem, your party is given a moment to rest. What do? I'd like to loot its core. I want to see what powers this arcane creature. Pick a card. A stray pube? Artificers are weird. In exchange for the potion, you need to save your party member's life. The witch tells you she'll be taking one thing in return. What is it? Pick a card. Object permanence? She says she'll return with your potion momentarily. What potion? The potion she just took into the other room. I have no idea what you're talking about. Alright, well, she's gonna be back with it pretty soon. Who is? The witch. She just left the room to... Oh, shit. After months and months of work, Artificer, you finally complete your arcane device. Awesome, what do I make? Pick a card. The whole enchilada? It was a long and arduous process, but now you have like a daytime snack. I spent my entire life researching this. You can pull again if you'd like. Vladimir Putin? So I'm gonna assume you're taking the enchilada, yeah. Despite the fact that we're not using dice in this session, somehow you got a 0, which isn't even possible on a regular die, so draw a card. This says giving birth to the Antichrist? Somehow your attack failed so hard that you became a father. Oh god, this is gonna cost the party so much gold. What do you mean the party? It's your kid. Oh, this is just typical. You don't want to take responsibility. What did I do? Look, you can be part of our child's life or you can get out. What? No, I'm with him. What? As you make your way to the last room of the dungeon, the boss reveals themselves. I draw my sword and call out, "Come face me, coward!" And at last, you come face to face with the Boy Scouts of America. I attack. Your swords clash, but in the chaos, a single spell is cast. What happens? Sperm whales. Sperm whales? Sperm whales. I mean, I'd like to dodge, I guess. Draw a card. This says getting really high. You begin to float high up into the air, away from the sperm whales. I don't think that's the kind of high it's talking about. Well, in the tavern, Diversity walks in the door. I run up to them. Where have you been all this time? Well, I've been pretty predominant in other RPGs. But this is where we needed you the most. How bad could it have... Oh, it's the Hodozi thing, isn't it? We searched and searched for you, but you were never there. But I'm here now, and it'll all be okay. Did somebody say, things will be okay? Fuck you. Your party finds themselves in a deadly broom closet with the knowledge that one item inside could possibly be a mimic. What do? I'd like to identify one. Perfect, pick a card. NBA superstar LeBron James? His jaw unhinges like a snake and you hear... Under the cover of darkness, your party approaches the Dark Lord's castle. Perfect, I want a stealth. Pick a card. How far I can get my own penis up my butt. Your stealth is so intense that you actually disappear inside yourself. So is this like an Ouroboros situation or what? It's more like a we never need to talk about this again kind of situation. Quickly, wizard, cast your most powerful spell! This card just says AIDS. Oh my god! If it helps, I also got racism. This is why nobody invites us to their dungeons anymore. With nearly all your allies slain, Barbarian, what would you like to do? I want to rage. Perfect, draw a card. My relationship status? You are enraged by the fact that your sword is the deepest you'll ever be inside of a person. Hey, wait a fuck! Alright, welcome to the game, everybody. We're gonna be introducing a new character today. Hey, everyone, I'll be playing Joey Wheeler. He's some bitch who loves pineapple, but his goal has always been to slaughter innocent civilians using his mighty weapon, anal beads. Having slain the dragon, the people award you a title. The ugliest boy in town? Well, they say that art imitates life, and I fucking hate this game. And with that, a mighty beast descends from on high, taking the form of Daniel Radcliffe's delicious asshole. How do we defeat this mighty beast? Pick a card. A pangender octopus who roams the cosmos in search of love? I think this speaks for itself. I want to go home. Facing the Wizard of Women of Color would be a harrowing battle in and of itself. But the only way to defeat them is to destroy their phylactery. Card just says my genitals. The wizard tells you to beg for it. I always knew it would end like this. Knew or hoped. At last we come face to face, Baron von Murderkill. We're here to stop your nefarious plans. Is that so, pitiful heroes? Well, you'll never stop my ultimate plan to have sex for the first time. That's right. The cockblockers are here to defeat you. Maybe. Or perhaps you're the true villains of this story. After all, during my tragic backstory, I decided to wait till marriage. Is that it? Yeah, pretty much. Your party encounters an undying lich, evil to the core, hell-bent on selling crack to children. I feel like this is a job for the police. Even in a fantasy setting, do you really think they're gonna do anything useful? Fair enough, how do we stop them? Pick a card. This card just says casually suggesting a threesome. Alright, sorcerer, as you cast your final spell, you trigger a wild magic surge. Pull a card. This just says dick pics. Dick pics rain down from the heavens, coating the field in a... Never mind. Oh god, it's like my Instagram DMs! Cast another spell, damn it! An octopus giving 7 hand jobs and smoking a cigarette? This is really more of a lateral move, but it kinda helps. Your party finds themselves in massive debt. Is it because of the 4 villages we burnt down? It's because of the 4 villages you burnt down. Either way, an IRS agent comes to collect. What do you have on hand? This card just says getting fingered. He tells you to spread them. Why do we keep paying off our debts like this? Having appeased the coked-out fairy king with a sad handjob, he presents your party with a quest. So our reward for labor is more labor? Yes. The quest reads, Mamma mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist blank? Well, this card just says consensual sex. Round 2. Wait, no. Revealing the first room of the dungeon, you encounter horse meat. Wait, like the dungeon is made out of horse meat, or we find horse meat in the center of the room? Yes. Well, I'd like to investigate the room. Is there anything else? Racism. Druid, you find a desecrated forest. Each of the woodland creatures beg for your help. What can I do? Pick a card. Men discussing their feelings in an emotionally healthy way. It's helpful because you can really get to the core of why you're out in the middle of the forest talking to animals. Well, I feel like it started in the 3rd grade when I was bullied relentlessly for... The masked figure emerges from the shadows and reveals their identity. Your mom? She tells you to clean all of this crap up because we have guests coming in 30 minutes. But we're like in the middle of the quest. I brought you into this world, I will take you out of it. Why do you always do this when I have my friends over? Sifting through the dead guy's pockets, you find a deck of cards. Sick, is this the deck of many things? Not this time, motherfucker. Okay, I want to pull a card. In a flash, the card disappears, and standing before you is an unwanted pregnancy. Much like the card suggests, I don't want this. Can I pull another card? Sure. 2 Xanax and a bottle of wine. I'm definitely gonna need some of that after this game. Sifting through the laboratory, you find a bottle of brackish-looking liquid. I want to drink it. Of course you do. Draw a card. Chainsaws for hands? I think you can more or less tell where this is going. Awesome. Anyone want a high five? Can I also take a sip of the potion? I mean, if you want. Okay, this just says our dildo. So in the same vein as your party member's transformation, your hand's a dildo now. Alright everybody, stealth check! This just says becoming a blueberry. By some manner, you stealth so well that you take on the appearance of a small fruit. But I'm already a small fruit. Mine says strong female characters. And much like them, you vanish from the public eye, never to be seen again. Alright, seeing as all your characters died during that avocado incident, we're gonna be making characters. Cool, my character's name is Rectangles, and his goal in life is to only date Asian women. Of course, this is because of his tragic backstory where he was a virgin. As you go through the taming to quell the beast inside, you must confront one thing and one thing alone. Being a woman.